Hi guys, I've been editing the videos ready for our first YouTube video, which is a walk around of the house, and realised it needed a little something else and a bit of explanation first. First of all, apologies, this video is going to be much longer than I initially intended. There's so much inside the property because of the way it's been left. I wanted you to experience something of what we have going in there for the first time. We know that our family are going to follow along with this back in the UK, and some of them may never be able to come over and visit. So it's really important for us to share as much as we can of this journey. The house itself is around 200 years old. We're not entirely sure. We know that this hamlet goes back a very, very long time indeed. I'd say hamlet because it is. There's a building next to us that side, there's another building behind us. This is not a detached farmhouse. Although it's a big property, it's attached to others. They would all at one time belong to one or two families, started with one farmhouse and built on as time went by. We have a road that goes around the hamlet and it goes next to the house this side. It goes between the house and the outbuildings. Next to our outbuildings is then our land, so it's still very close. It's just not right in the middle of the land, and we don't mind that. That's the way a lot of these hamlets have developed within southern Spain, particularly in Andalucia and in Almeria in the mountains here. So I hope you enjoy this first walk through. You can see the craziness that we found and the things that people leave in a house when it's sold. Get this front door open, and here you go. This is the front entrance hall. Okay, so coming in the front door, off to the right here, there is what they would have used as a living room. Off to the left there's a bedroom, and straight ahead there's more, but let's take you into the living room first. Right, the pride and joy, the main living room, complete with a chandelier, and these are the beautiful old shutters that we found that are still here, and we're hoping we're going to be able to renovate these and get them looking awesome again. Open up the windows so we have a bit more light in. There's one of those shutters that they use a lot here. We will in theory put some more in. This one is no longer in any kind of working order, it's just hanging there, but there you go. So as you can see, this room has everything still in it. This we've got to clear out. We're not going to be keeping these sofas. Not quite our style, but luckily Sunday, they collect big stuff from the bins. That's an interesting drawing of the clock tower in the village. Quite nice on the church. I'm guessing this sideboard was somebody's pride and joy once. Not quite our style, and I'll hopefully be passing that on to somebody else. As you can see, these cupboards are absolutely full of stuff from somebody's life. I don't think much of it is very expensive. it's just very, very random. In the drawers, oh, that is an empty one. I think that's the only one I found so far that is empty. So, the drawers, full of stuff. Linens, more linens, more linens, and more stuff. Up in the cupboards, again, more stuff. And this cupboard, much like the one the other side, more stuff in it. One thing I didn't point out was in the middle of the room here is a traditional Spanish table. I can't remember the name, but I'll put that on the video. Over the top you have this very dusty, in this case, tablecloth, and underneath there is a space there where they would put a copper pot, and in it would go coals. That is the only form of heating inside the house. So they would have got the coals from the bread oven, put them under there and sat around it with their feet underneath and kept warm. Okay, off the left then from this living room we have a bedroom. We think this was possibly the main bedroom of the house, not entirely sure. Actually quite nice old wooden furniture that I might try an upcycle here. As you can see, all the bed linens are still there as well. Bedside tables. Again, there's more stuff in those tables as well. There's a lot of religious memorabilia in the house. Here we have a Spanish book. Some of them I'm going to keep, actually. There's some really interesting ones. Photographs in the drawer there. And shoes in the cupboard. These beautiful hooks are all over the house. These are fantastic. I like these. We'll be making use of those in some way, shape or form. A little table there, which shelf, sorry, not table, which is a little shelf made of marble. This is the only window in this room. Very small, as you can see, with a little shutter, no glass. There isn't glass in all the windows by any means. And here we have a dressing table. Again, I think that's something that could possibly be upcycled. And on the dressing table is this set that I'm guessing somebody loved once. We'll find somebody who'll love it again, hopefully. And here, I'm keeping that one, Clive Cussler in Spanish. That'll be good for my Spanish acquisition. I wonder, that might be the copper pot that goes in the bottom of the table in order to put the coals in. We have a wardrobe that matches the bed, a bare light bulb, another hook, set of hooks, lots of crocheted and knitted cushions around, and then this, I believe, might have been an old box to hold a sewing machine. Not entirely sure. Old frame of some description under there, and inside this is lots of sewing stuff, lots of laces, a game, bobbins, and lots more space and more material and stuff under there. So this might have been something to do with sewing. There's a couple of other things in the house to do with sewing, so I'm guessing the mother of the owner over the years liked to sew. So that's a bedroom. We're hoping, we don't know yet, but we're hoping we're going to be able to take that wall down and turn this into a winter living room, but we'll see. And these beams have a lot of this white lime paint on, and we've got to check to see just how solid they are under there. Though one of them I can see has been replaced, so we might be quite lucky. Let's hope so. A few cobwebs too. And then we're back to that living room area. Go through there. into the entrance hall. I don't know if I showed you this guy, he freaks us out every time we see him. Apparently they put wine in these and use them for festivals, but he's just a little bit strange. Little chairs around the room, and they really are little. They're very, very short people for those chairs. And pictures on the wall. Again, not our taste. A bit more memorabilia of Christianity here in Spain. More pictures. This has amused me. I like that. I'm keeping it. I think that is interesting, to say the least. And that's an old internet box. Clearly not been used for a long time. We found a tea towel from Zimbabwe, though apparently the lady who lived here never travelled, so obviously somebody in the family did. Right, off the hallway to the left we have another bedroom. Again, not sure which one would have been the main bedroom at all. These ceilings are interesting. We're going to take those tiles down or get one out this weekend and see what we've got underneath. Can't say I like that metal bed. That will be going. These bedside tables. Again, not too much stuff in that one, which is nice to see. Ah, she says. And then you find a torch and a fan. So, stuff everywhere. Picture of Jesus. More crosses and hooks. Over in the corner here, look what we have. Traditional washstand with all its bits and bobs. So hopefully that'll clean up nicely and we can use that in some way. That would be nice to use in the house, I think. Again, we've got those lovely shutters. One broken window pane, but hey ho. I'm hoping this room might become a kitchen. We'll have to wait and see once we've checked the sturdiness of things and where the water can go. This wardrobe, along with the other one in the other room, is full of blankets and stuff. Loads of blankets and linens. In theory, what we'll do is hopefully pass those on to a charity, or maybe one of the animal charities that needs linens. A chest of drawers. Again, full of stuff. Nothing much of any value, I don't think. Just strange. In our society, we don't leave these things behind, do we? There you go. We're all different. Now we have another room off here. This has a beautiful old archway. And I think, having been in other houses, that archway might have originally been the entrance to a bodega. It's very dark in here. Let's put some light on for you. She says, is my light working? There we go, we have light. Okay, and a bulb overhead, that helps too. So in here we have two more single beds. I have no idea yet. There's another two single beds here too. Two more mattresses there. Bedside tables, lots of the most freaky Jesus I've ever seen. I don't like that. More stuff on the walls. There's a little window there going out to another room. I'll show you that in a bit. I'm not entirely sure what's underneath here. Haven't really looked. Duvets, headboards. There you go, headboard base. Lots of blanket box full of blankets. Quite an old blanket box that's clearly seen definitely better days. There's a nice set of wall hooks there, and in here we have a plastic bowl. Don't know what that was used for, and I don't think I want to find out. Okay, we have a big cushion. That'll be the metal bits for those beds. And more bedding. More bedding and more bedding. Although, that does look to be a very nice blanket box. As you can see, this floor, don't know what it's made of actually, maybe some old concrete of some description. It's pretty solid, it's not tiled. It could be limed or gessoed, I don't know. We'll find out in time. Okay, let's go through to the rest of the house. I do love the shape of that doorway. Sorry, had to stop and say that. I think I like an archway. Okay, let's carry on. Right, so we're back in the hallway now. Coming through the hallway, we have a door to the left here with some steps. That is actually the stairs up to the upper story. More of those little chairs. Another sideboard. And again, it's a sideboard that's full of stuff. Full of stuff. It's a lifetime of stuff. We will all leave stuff. Pots. I'm guessing the smaller ones would have been used by children to play with. There's even a cap hanging up in the corner there. And I know there's more stuff in all of these drawers. And the cupboards. It's going to take some doing clearing all this out. There's a lot of linens. They like their linens. Definitely. An old fridge. We haven't checked yet to see if it works, but I did find it amusing that there's a can of beer in there. And a pot for your cheese. Okay, we do have one light in here. This one actually has a lampshade over it, so that makes a nice change. That looks like it's left over from Christmas. Cupboard under the stairs. These cupboard doors are quite cool. And then you can see it's like somebody was here, walked out and left everything. Bags of flour, packets of biscuits. We believe it's been empty for about 10 years. And looking at the dates on some of the food, it's probably about right. So 2012 is the date on that bag of flour. And the chocolate, is there a date? May 15. I don't know if L16 is the year. I can't imagine it's going to be edible again anyway. But a useful set of shelves. We'll make use of those over in the garage or somewhere. Okay, closing that door. We now head through into another room. And you can just see, this is the thickness of some of the walls we're dealing with. So all of the walls that run, is it perpendicular? I'll work it out later. Run at the same angle as the front door, are that thick. We've measured them, they're between 70 and 90 centimetres deep. These are what's holding up the roof, I think. So here we have more of the white painted beams or limed washed. There's a chest freezer here. When we were shown around, it was actually plugged in to show us it was working. More little chairs. And we have another cupboard. With crockery. Maybe an interesting plate at the back there. Glasses, egg cups. There's some really interesting bowls in here, which I'm looking forward to getting hold of and cleaning up. I think they look beautiful and quite traditional. Okay, so we think that might have originally been a window or a door. It looks like it was an arch, maybe. And there's evidence of a window frame the other side in the other room behind. So coming around now, this was their dining room. Bit of a barometer clock on the wall. That, I think, is the only semi-modern window in the whole property. This table is actually quite nice. It's got beautiful heavy wooden turned legs there and a marble top, I think. With a bit of zhuzhing, that could be quite nice. Sideboard, again, bare light bulb. I think there might have been more than bare light bulbs, but they've been taken by the family. There's another one of those bowls. See, I'm liking those bowls. I think they're nice. And we have quite a few of them in the house. Children's toys. The grandchildren obviously came and played. More linens. More linens. And lots of evidence of woodworm affecting this at some point. I hope very much in the past. It's just got the same top as a lot of them, and I think it's paper. It is, it's paper that looks like marble. Inventive as ever. And a bit more of Jesus. It's an impressive size bottle though, isn't it? Look at that. I'm sure we can find a use for that. Okay, so that's the dining room. That window looks out to a small yard. I'll take you there in a second. And this then is down to the main kitchen of the house. And this is also the only room in the house that has plumbing. And the only plumbing is that tap there. There is plumbing outside. I'll show you that later. So, as you can see, it's very simple. That's a beautiful piece of marble. All of this here is solid marble, double sink. So we'll try and save that in some way. Handmade plate rack. Bits of slate to prepare on a small gas cooker. And that is an extractor fan, and it comes out into the roof above. Again, it's a very small window without glass, with a shutter. Another shelf, another bare light bulb, a microwave oven. These little desks are everywhere in these houses. I think we've got 4 or 5 of them. There's a few more somewhere. And so we'll see what we can do about upcycling a couple of them. We bought one second hand already as well. See, there's even coffee. 2019. Not quite so late. Maybe that's when they decided to come and clear out last. Okay, so that is the main part of the building. Oh, not quite all. Look at this. Another cupboard full of goodies. If you can call them goodies. The traditional pans. Can I open that side? Did I risk opening that side? Yeah, there we go. Quite like the cockerel plate. He's got it cracked, but he's still quite cute. More stuff down here, along with cobwebs. And then lastly, even more under there, look. And even more cobwebs. I was hoping we'd find some cast iron, but I don't think these guys used it. Mind you, that's a cool pestle and mortar. Clean that one up. Okay. That's the end of part 1 of the walk around of our new house and our new farm here in southern Spain. I've had to split this into 2 parts. It just turned out to be longer than I initially intended. This is being videoed a couple of days later while I'm doing the editing process. It's all a learning curve. I'm completely new to doing video editing and anything to do with YouTube. So bear with me. Hopefully this is going to improve as we continue through the process of renovating this property, and I'll learn more about video skills at the same time. Thanks for watching so far. Please do subscribe and like, and any comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas. What would you do with this property? And we'll see you with part 2 coming really soon. Thanks and take care.